Zainta? Ah, okay, come on down. Go ahead. Go right ahead, sir.
Good evening, Representative Walker, members of the Appropriations Committee. I'm here to speak about the DEMIS funding, the DEMIS budget, that's HB 5005. Thank you for this opportunity to testify regarding the, I should also say that I am also a man in long-term recovery from substance use disorder, which means to me I haven't put any mind-altering substances in my body since December 7, 2009, for whatever that's worth. The Connecticut Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services provides support and resources to some of the state's most vulnerable citizens. The agency does a remarkable job in supporting a wide variety of services and organizations in order to support Connecticut residents in their quest for living self-directed lives. With the current influx of highly potent synthetic opioids in our state and the increased risk of fatal overdose which accompanies this influx, it's increasingly important that DEMIS not only continue but expand their efforts to offer access to support for those in or seeking recovery from substance use disorder. And I lost my place. While much is discussed regarding treatment and evidence-based practice when the subject of addiction and recovery comes up, the often missed piece of this puzzle is sustainable long-term recovery. Recovery support services in the form of recovery community centers, programs such as telephone recovery support, which is funded by DEMIS, risk reduction and connection to the wider recovery community offer not only hope, but a practical means of building and transforming lives. In my personal experience, the gift of perspective, the lack of blame or judgment, the level of compassion and useful information that RCOs offer continue to be the brightest shining light in my own recovery. My journey, like many others, has so much more to do with maintaining a realistic worldview and feeling comfortable in my own skin than merely remaining abstinent at all cost. Recovery community centers have the power to encourage, support, inform, and genuinely care for individuals who may not have the capacity to believe that a life in recovery is even a possibility for them, making those centers an invaluable asset to the communities to which they serve. DEMIS funding for RCOs is critical for their survival and growth. As a person in early recovery, I was subjected to shame, judgment, and bias, both external and internal, which fed into my nearly overwhelming feelings of hopelessness and despair. Recovery community organizations work tirelessly to transform public opinion and to say to people like me, this is an illness, not a moral failing. My addiction doesn't define me. The experience, generosity, and patience of others made it possible for me to recover. The combined strength of the recovery community supported me until I was capable of developing enough self-worth to be able to set and maintain the boundaries necessary to recover. My experience in managing the Wyndham Recovery Community Center for CCAR in Willimantic has only reaffirmed my belief that recovery support services are a critical bridge between treatment and a life in long-term recovery, and I'm grateful for every moment that I spend in the company of the WRCC community, supporting others as I was once supported. Please support continued and expanding funding for DEMIS and for recovery support services in our state. Thank you for hearing my testimony.
Thank you, and thank you for your testimony. And you're right. If it was a toothache or a broken leg, it'd be a lot easier for us to fix.
Well, we continue to treat this chronic illness of addiction as if it were a broken arm, and that's
Yes.
why we have the paltry success rates that we have.
Exactly. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your testimony.